Savior, truth. But you are also a planner. Today we simply ask that as we plan the future of this county that your hand guides us. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pretty sure. If you would call the roll, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Moster? President. Commissioner Olshausen?
Here.
Commissioner Horvath?
Here.
Commissioner Garber? Here. Commissioner Marks?
Here.
Commissioner Plowman?
Here.
Chairman Ritter?
Here. All members are present. We'll move right on to the agenda then with approval of the minutes. We have a number of them. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the December 13th, 2018 Board of Commissioners meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Support. Any discussion or corrections to the minutes? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the December 20th, 2018 public hearing.
I will so move.
Okay.
I'm just shy today.
Okay.
Yes, I will.
I'll support that.
I have a motion and a support. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the December 20th special board meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion on those minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Those motions pass. And then finally, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of our January 3rd, 2019 organizational meeting.
So moved.
Support.
Motion and support. Discussion on those minutes. Corrections. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Same. Motion carries. Finishes approval of the minutes. We'll move to approval of the bills. Commissioner Plowman.
Do we make one motion that I just read? Yes, yes. I moved that the bills be paid by the finance department and authorize them to read them. Is that what you did? Okay. I didn't know for sure. All right. I move that the bills be paid by the finance department and authorize that warrants be drawn out from the treasury for same. And those invoice edit reports include 12/13/2018, $219,947.31. You do the math. 12/18/2018, $460. 12/19/2018, $932,704.47. 12/19/2018, $805,472.20. January 3rd, 2019, $727,120.55. January 4th, 2019, $348,205.35. January 4th, 2019, $48,776.71. January 10th, 2019, $44,521.85. January 10th, 2019, $32,195.71. January 11th, $449,944.44. January 16th, 2009, $118,451.49. January 17th, 2019, $487,265.05, for a grand total on today's edition, $4,215,065.13. And also, wire transfer, ACH EFTs on 1/1/2018 for $218,583. On 1/1/2018, $3,637.08, and on 1/16/2019, $304,406.75. So the grand total of the two batches, both batch and wire, $4,741,691.96. Move to pay the bills.
We have a motion.
I move that we pay the bills presented by Mr. Plowman.
So that's
That's
a second to your
Yeah,
motion, all right. The
Oh,
only
yeah,
thing I
that's
wonder
the
on
motion
is,
here.
the 1/1s of 18, is that supposed to be 1/1 and 19?
Oh,
Are
yes.
we paying anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that should go to 19.
Yeah, my error.
Yep.
Let's see that. Okay, IG.
All right, we have a motion and a support. Any discussion on these? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote, please. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Webster? Yes. Commissioner Olshausen?
Yes.
Commissioner Horvath?
Yes.
Commissioner Garber? Yes. Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman?
Yes.
Chairman White?
Yes. Motion passes. We will move on at this point to the first opportunity for the public to address the board. We do have some slips. If anyone else would like to speak, please feel free to sign in. First, Tom Mankey.
Hi, it's great to see you all today. I watched y'all yesterday live, and you guys look taller here today. I don't know why, but you do. But good looking board. We're all looking for some great things from you, our residents in this county, and I just want to let you know that anyone I have talked to supports the way this board has always run. You've always been able to do your business in 4 days. I've never ever heard in my life anyone complain that they couldn't do the job. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you have your meeting. Then the rest of the month you're doing what you normally do. Anyone who can't do their work shouldn't be on this board. That's my feeling. The next thing is, I recommend that you all vote today to hire that part-time employee for the Sheriff's Department. To me, it's a dereliction of duty. Anyone here that does not vote to hire a person to start collecting money that's owed to this county. It's a dereliction. They're not doing what they were hired to do. Part-time, and we can start bringing in possibly $100,000 in revenue. There is no reason for anyone to vote against it unless they're trying to undermine our Sheriff's Department and undermine this community. So please keep it up, and we look forward to our Sheriff's Department starting to collect some money. 2% is crazy. Thank you.
I will move on to Olga Quick.
Hi, I'm Olga Quick. I am an employee as well as I'm the association president for the Probate Court and Circuit Court Family Division. I am here because I'm concerned, I'm dismayed, and I'm really frustrated regarding the handling of the emergency manager situation. First of all, I want it made clear, I don't know him. I don't know if he's good, bad, or otherwise. So this isn't personal. This is all about me, the association, and the balance of your county employees and your handling of the situation. At issue is, why is this position being handled differently than the hundreds of others in this county? What I find incredulous is that the wage study that was authorized and approved by parts of this board. Some of you weren't here, I understand that. But it was authorized by this board. It recommended for our probate court association a 6-step pay classification. We didn't get, nor were offered, a 6-step pay classification. We were stuck with the 9-step. And it penalized a number of us, myself included. So, in this situation, as I understand it, the increase was not recommended in the wage study, but being considered by this board. And I don't even know, I'm speechless. which if any of you know me, is kind of incredible. Please explain to me, so I can explain to the association members, why the board is making an exception. Why is the board making an exception? And I want you all to remember this process because we're due for some contract negotiations. So if you're up for some exceptions, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Why, the other thing is, why is this individual being considered for benefits not afforded to any other employee? Does he have 16 years of seniority? I know I don't, but I had to earn my vacation time based on my years of service. If I don't have to, sign me up. I'll take 16 years of service. So I'm asking you to please give it some serious consideration as to how you proceed. You're setting precedents here. And unfortunately, what I see more is you're pitting department against department. You're picking and choosing who you give what to. And it leaves a bad taste in those of us who are continuously left out. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else at this time have anything public comment? Not, we'll move right into committee reports. Being it's the beginning of the month, I don't know how many have met. We'll just go right on down the list. Commissioner Webster. Have any of your committees, subcommittees met yet? Probably.
We have not met yet. I did meet with the director of the Valley Area Agency on Aging, and we'll be attending that meeting next week. We have the SCOA meeting coming up next week. I have talked to probate court, and they would like for me and any other commissioners who would like to come see a PowerPoint presentation that they have about how all of their finances work, which are pretty complicated in the whole state reimbursement and statutory payments and all of that. And so I'm going to be setting a date with Sarah Edwards to do that, and I will make sure that all of you are invited in case you're free to join us. If you can't join us, I'll try to summarize that at our next meeting as best I can, but it sounds like it's probably something that as many of us as possible should get our eyes on. So.
You want to email us, is that it?
I will, yes.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Commissioner Horvath.
Yeah, the only meeting I was able to attend was a steering committee meeting related to the GOS 5. And in that meeting, that's basically what we were approving were budget adjustments and with some grant money that's coming in. So it's kind of, it's all very positive.
Very good. Commissioner Marks.
I don't really have anything new to report. Public Health Board didn't meet this much, just a lot of our housekeeping. I guess if there's anything you can add, other than that, nothing.
Commissioner Garber. Commissioner Olshausen.
Yes, I'm on the mental health board, and that was in January last, and everything's going along good there. They're just worried about, like every other state department, where they're going to cut their budget. That's the main thing. And also, I'm on the 911 board, and we met last week. Yeah, and what they was going to do is they're going to pay for an audit of the MERS plan, and they want us, the board, to approve it so they can talk with MERS. And we got next month, I guess, will be on the agenda, so we can approve that they can at least talk with MERS about the situation on the budget on that. So. And just like a school, that was supposed to be in Wednesday yesterday, but it was because of the ice that closed the schools, that was closed, so that'll be January, or next week, Wednesday, at 2 o'clock in Washington.
All right. Appreciate it. Commissioner Plowman.
Just a couple of things. For the I-69 corridor activities, I was pointing to, John Horvath said he'd like to go with me most of the time, so if I can't go, I'll use the proxy. And I also represent Perry, so we have 2 votes. So that's how that works. And that's kind of, but they meet about 6 months a year, I believe, and it's kind of interesting once in a while to hear about what they're doing in Lapeer, Genesee, Port Huron area, and and what they've done and everything else. They're as busy over in those areas as we're busy here in Owasso. It's pretty interesting. And one other thing, I ran into Jackie with the gal from the IT that helps run our IT, and keeps our computers and everything going, and she says, John, it's almost on a monthly basis they come out with something new and better. So there's always something that will change, and it'll be quicker and better, and it'll be easier to use. So I just chuckle because it's amazing. So that's all. Okay.
Thank you, Commissioner Plummer. All right. This time we'll move into committee reports, and we'll start with Committee of the Whole. Commissioner Marks.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At this time, I would like to move to appoint Michael Blackledge to the Planning Commission representing government for a 3-year term effective immediately and expiring on 12/31/2021, or until a successor is appointed and authorized the board chair to execute all necessary documents.
We have a motion and support. Any discussion on this motion? Pretty simple. The position expired and we were at a stalemate last month, so hearing nothing else. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries.
Okay, and then I would finally like to approve the minutes of the January 16th, 2019 Committee of the Whole meeting.
Support.
Motion and support. Discussion on those minutes. Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That will conclude my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Marks. We'll move to economic and physical development. There were no agenda items, but again, do you have anything to add, Commissioner?
Right, since we did not meet, I really don't. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Then we'll move to County Finance Administration, Commissioner Plowman.
Item A, I move to authorize purchase of VMware licenses from Gov Connection in the amount of $6,434 to be paid from account number 258-804.001 for the server that was placed in the network room of the Sheriff's Department.
Support. Motion and support. Discussion on this motion. Hearing none, we'll do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Olshausen?
Yes.
Commissioner Horvath?
Yes.
Commissioner Garber?
Yes.
Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Chairman Rowe?
Yes. Passed.
I move to adopt the proposed new MERS defined benefits plan agreements designed to carve out all central dispatch employees from existing divisions 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23, and place them in 3 new divisions, 911 Command, 911 Dispatch, after 11/2009, and 911 Dispatch prior 11/2009, with a coordinator to verify and execute the documents and forward them to the municipal employees retirement system, along with corrections to the census content for the affected new and existing divisions.
I will second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion on this motion. Anyone? I think we're kind of clear on that now, and hopefully we can get it. 3 to 6 weeks. We'll know more, and I'll do a roll call on this as well. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Horvath?
Yes.
Commissioner Garber?
Yes.
Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen?
Yes.
Chairman Rowe?
Yes. Passes.
I move to authorize the emergency manager to purchase 11 ballistic vests in the amount of $4,059 and 10 ballistic helmets in the amount of $2,890. Total sum, $6,949 from ProTech Security Sales, invoice number 000413-RO, to be paid from the Homeland Security Grant, line item 101-426-940-000.
Support.
Motion and support. Do we have any discussion on this item? Anyone? If not, another roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Garber?
Yes.
Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen?
Yes.
Commissioner Horvath?
Yes.
Chairman Rowe?
Yes. Motion passes.
Okay, item D, I move to authorize the Sheriff's Office, effective 01/07/2019, to hire a part-time fleet maintenance quartermaster special deputy, starting at step 1 of salary grade 1, $12.30 per hour, for up to 25 hours per week or 50 hours per biweekly pay period.
Support.
We have a motion and support. support. Do we have discussion on this motion?
I do have one question I didn't ask last night. And this, I'll ask this question in relation to all three of the jobs for the sheriff's department. Were those jobs posted for the 15 days required?
I don't think we have a requirement to post.
The EEOC doesn't require that all open positions be posted before they're filled?
No, not to my knowledge.
I think we need to check into that, but that would be my only question.
In some cases, you already have somebody selected. It's just approval of the board to move them up. And you know, the end result, if that is the case, you end up with a sham. You know, you waste a lot of people's time who may respond, and then you already picked your person. That's kind of, it's not really a good thing.
True, but if you don't post and somebody says, hey, I wanted to apply for that position and I wasn't chosen because I'm a woman or I'm black or something like that, then you open up for a lawsuit.
That'd be a long stretch to say they weren't picked because they were a woman when there was no search. We do take people from within.
Okay, so these are both people from within? that are already
They're both
hired?
people who are already associated with the job.
Okay,
You know,
but they're not currently employed by the sheriff's department?
one of them was doing it for free, but
Right.
he's well known. But
Right.
but in answer to your question,
Right.
no.
They're not employed, right? Okay.
Yeah, I've been on the board a long time with this kind of a policy. So far, anybody can sue anytime, any place, anywhere, so.
True. Okay, well,
Maybe I'll stretch this out a little bit. Elected officials, they usually find their own employees. It's our job to approve those employees. And many times, we don't really do the interview process. We don't.
Right.
Yeah.
right,
And that works in there too a little bit.
right.
Yeah.
I think they still have to post those jobs. And the court hires and those kinds of things, I think they have to post them. We can check into it.
Okay.
Anything further? Hearing none, with a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen?
Yes.
Commissioner Horvath?
Yes.
Commissioner Garber?
Yes.
Chairman Ruben?
Yes. Motion passes.
Item E, I move to authorize the Sheriff's Office, effective 01/07/2019, to hire a part-time community corrections special deputy, starting at step 1 of salary grade 1, $12.30 per hour, for up to 25 hours per week, or 50 hours per biweekly pay period.
Support.
We have a motion and a support. Discussion on this item?
Has it ever been practiced to list who the person being hired is in the agenda? No?
No. No, because we've never identified anyone's employees, and I don't know if, or should we be putting their names out there?
I mean, no, if a commissioner asks, obviously, yeah, I mean, it's public information, employees of a public body are.
I mean, I think that's the biggest problem with E here, is that people know who the person is, and people have a general disliking for that individual, so they want to nitpick the agenda item. That's the reason we're getting so much flack on agenda item E, I do believe. Yes, Commissioner Olshausen.
Yeah, when he collects, if he collects the money, it's supposed to, I mean, the sheriff say he's gonna, and it's gonna, what pool does that money go into? I mean, does it go into his budget or our?
Well, it's all general
budget, or-
fund money, it come back in a general fund, but it's less money. I mean, if he brings in $100,000, that's $100,000 less we have to expend and put him in jail, you know,
Yeah,
so it's.
yeah, I just wanted,
Yeah,
wanted
so
to where the money,
there is money that we can put.
I didn't know if it went for bonuses or where it was.
Yeah.
Just to clarify that, and my primary issue with E is I just don't feel like I have enough information. The claims, but it's been stated that there's uncollected money, we all know that, but we don't know how much. And so how will we know that we've increased how much we're collecting if we don't know how much is owed to us? Like, we're talking about percentages, and I don't know how we know what 1 to 2% of an undefined number is.
I'm sure our jail administrator actually has that figure.
Okay. So
I'm sure.
the sheriff didn't, but the jail administrator would know that.
I'm sure the jail administrator knows. I'm sure the sheriff has known it. I mean, the sheriff was a little flustered with all his, he was getting bombarded with questioning, so I think he kind of forgot his numbers a little bit. But I'm sure the sheriff has that information. I mean, he runs the jail, the administrator runs the jail. They've tried this in the past, it just hasn't worked out as well. So I mean, they've kind of thrown their arms up when they can't get anywhere with it. So I do know they have numbers. I don't know exactly what it is, but I mean, it is a low percentage.
Maybe we could even ask him, it might be something a little extra, that since we're letting new people on here, I'm kind of new in the position. Don't know about maybe quarterly, he might give us an update what's going on.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
That would be kind of nice.
That'd be a good idea. And I'm sure they'd be willing to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Definitely. Is there anything else on this position at this time? Roll call vote again, please.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holtzhausen.
Yes.
Commissioner Horvath,
No.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks,
Yes.
Chairman White.
Yes. Passes.
Item F, I move to authorize the current part-time emergency manager as a full-time salaried position of $80,000 per year under such terms and with such benefits as are provided by the county's personnel policy, except that the employee in this case will be provided vacation time at the 16 years of service rate, will not contribute to nor receive any benefit from the county's pension plan, and will not receive any payout for unused vacation or sick time during or upon separation from employment. Note that the $80,000 salary is provided 63% by Shiawassee County, which would be $50,400, and 37%, which is $29,600 by the Michigan Emergency Manager Program grant. And with that motion, I'd like to also comment that he wouldn't be taking any Blue Cross Blue Shield.
I will second that motion.
Motion is second. We're now open for discussion.
So at last night's meeting, we voted to not forward this to tonight. And
No.
then we voted to reconsider.
Yeah.
But my understanding was the reconsideration was gonna include a different number.
Well, it can. I can amend my
Yeah, we're
motion.
up to, now it's just on the floor to be discussed.
Yeah, I just read yesterday's, we just continued it. I read the motion. If something is going to be different, you can ask to have, you'd like to amend my motion. Yeah.
Commissioner Holtzhausen?
I was talking with John before, and he said he had some, didn't you say he had some plans from some other counties?
Yeah, I yesterday and today, I knew a couple of these. I know that Clinton County, and again, let's just remind ourselves, they have a budget of about $10 million more than we do. They're a little bit bigger population, but not much. But their emergency services guy or gal, they start out at 61, goes to 68, something like that. Lapeer County is 51,000. Isabella County is 55, 56. Muskegon County, I know, is approximately 70, 75,000. That's a county 2.5 times bigger than ours. So in essence, I knew this, that pricing and payment schedules are kind of all over the place. But also what I asked a couple was what levels, and a lot of them were level 8, level 9, we're level 9. Again, we had a wage study just currently, so you know that when they did that wage study in level 9, it's pretty close to the ballpark of what other counties use. Also, the comment was made by a couple of counties that one county has, I can't remember which one, has moved to the county emergency director, also the 911 director, does both for that price. I thought, well, okay, that's interesting. You might like to look at that. I mean, so again, there's a lot of different counties our size do different things, and a lot of it's based upon population and how they pay, because they can pay better. So, but again, I hung my, we had a wage study, and I just got, from my thinking, the gentleman's excellent, and everybody likes him, and he's got a letter of endorsement and the whole works. I'm just gonna stick with the wage study.
And I had phone calls from a number of people today on this, and while there are many that agree that having a full-time emergency manager is a good idea, they're all very concerned about how far out of line the salary is. That's the big concern. So, do we need a full-time emergency manager? Do most counties our size have them? I think that's true.
Yeah.
But I think that, and it has been a number of people who have talked to me about this.
Go ahead.
In my district, New Haven, of course, they don't have a fire chief, and so we contract out, but the ones that do, they like this new emergency manager very well, and they're very favorable of him, and they really like him, and I hate to see him leave. My recommendation is that maybe we can come with some kind of number between, 80 and maybe lower it down to 10 or 15,000, and that's just my thought that I would like to do. So maybe not quite so much, so we can negotiate like everybody else, and you got some people that thinks he should get 50 and some 80, and maybe we can get someplace in between and still keep him, and maybe not keep everybody happy, but maybe look at it at a future time and maybe give him another 2% next year or something like that if he keeps doing good. And so that's my thought.
Yeah. I feel a lot like Gary's mentioned. However, the way I prefer to proceed is to go with 56.6, which is that upper limit on that wage study, and then also to refer to some sort of buyout for the benefits in addition to that. And I think that would give us probably a fair compromise number, but it would take maybe next month's meeting for us to be able to move something like that through. But I think that would be a very reasonable way to handle this, and to be looking at the picture, satisfying the wage study agreement that this board has made in the past, and see if we can't see that.
And I think our February meetings are early, so it's not a long time. We're like 3 weeks that will give us the time we need to get the work done that we need to get done, to have the numbers in front of us, to figure out what is the buyout. I mean, just doing it in a short period of time here is a difficult thing to get done. So
I think we already have a number that they want. So the buyout and the whole thing. So it's just up to us whether we're going to go that or lower. So my recommendation is I'd like to make a resolution or that we maybe start out at $70,000. I don't know if I get any second on that or not.
That would be a motion to amend.
Yeah, motion to amend it to $70,000.
Do we have any second on the amendment?
I will second the amendment so that we are opening it for discussion. My question would then be, because I don't want us to just move with arbitrary numbers, we do like to have numbers in front of us. If we were to go to the highest point of our wage study, include the benefits, what is the exact number that would be the cost of this county? What does generally benefits cost the county?
Yeah, that's the number I would like. If we're gonna go 56.6, then I want the Blue Cross, full Blue Cross Blue Shield added in.
Yeah.
I want what it would cost to add another employee
So
to
we would
the
know.
retirement system and what the payment per month would be to add to that, what our liabilities would be. We'd like to know what the amount of sick time and vacation time and that could be used as potential buyout, to see what that's going to cost, so that we have a whole potential package to look at. And
Seems like that sounds about like $24,000.
because I think that's going to get us to that 80.
Yeah, we're gonna hit 80.
Well,
Yeah.
it very
It
well
doesn't
may.
matter if
I'd
it gets to 80, 90, or 100, whatever it is. It's up to us to
Yeah.
decide
Yeah.
if it's 80, if you guys want 80 or 90, or maybe it's 100. Well, my thing is whatever it is in here, we'll go with that. Instead of the 80, it's going to get 70. That was just my,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah, I understand.
that was just my you can talk it to death and add on this, his benefits, that he's there for 10 years and his MERS things, chances are, in order to be, qualified for MERS, he's gotta be here 10 years. I've been here, you know, I've been here about 15 years.
We've had a lot of these discussions.
Yeah, 15 years and nobody's ever been here over 4 or 5 years. I hope he stays 10 years or more, you know, but, I don't know what his age is or what his philosophy is, that he's worked other places and got other things that, you know, going, so. He lives right here in the county, so I hope he could stay and maybe take a little less, so that's my thing.
And how we get to that number matters because we're setting precedent, so if
Where
we
you
allow
can push
five-
numbers all around
So
that.
it's, I think that process matters, and that's what I would like to see for the February meeting, is that we have in front of us, here's what the cash salary is, here's what the benefits would be, and this is the number where we end.
I would caution the word precedent. While I agree with you that numbers are important, this is a job in this county like no other that requires very specific certifications and experience. So I don't want to risk, saying it sets the precedent so that when we're up for contract negotiations with other departments, that they would say, well, you did it with him, so you got to do it with us. It doesn't necessarily work that way. And we've got to be mindful of that because it is coming.
But there are other jobs that require
But there are
specific
other jobs, that's true.
certifications and that kind of thing too, so we do have to move with caution, but if we can get there in a legitimate path that works for everybody, then
I think they already come up with that number. That's what they did. They took into his account that he's not taking MERS, he's not taking the holiday pay, and he's not taking that, and that's the reason he wants the 80,000. They already come up with that. So
That's right.
he's happy with that. So,
I suspect we'll come back next month if we were to table this to the
Yeah.
80.
but that's whatever.
That's
We
where
can
we're
talk it some more, but that's my theory. So.
If I may, it would be easier to explain things, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
And secondly, I do think we need to address this 16 years of service thing issue. I think we should just be straight up on that. We shouldn't have that in it. And just be working with the circumstance here.
We do have an amendment on the table. Commissioner Holzhausen, do you want to continue with the amendment, or do you want to have this motion tabled to next month?
No, I want to continue it. I think we should have a roll call vote on it. So.
All right, we will roll call vote then the amended motion, which would be 70,000. Madam Clerk?
Before you proceed, I need to get this down. And 70,000
Pay.
under these circumstances, or
Yeah.
70?
Yeah.
So under this,
Yeah. Everything's
okay,
the
so
same.
everything's the same except 70,000. So,
Commissioner Webster,
no?
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Horvath,
No.
Commissioner Garber,
No.
Commissioner Marks,
No.
Commissioner Plowman,
No.
Chairman Ruth.
Yes. Amendment dies. So
I-
we're back to the 80.
I would like to recommend that we table this.
All right, motion to table, supported. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Who supported
All
it?
those opposed?
Oh, okay.
All right, this item will be tabled till next month with the intention of delivering that information on exactly what at the top range it will be. I did have a talk with Mark Notley, who did our wage study today. He informed me that the reason there is no comparables to our emergency manager's salary in our wage study, so I don't know what we're going after or what we're looking at. He strictly took a part-time position and left it part-time because he felt that at a 3/4 salary, comparing the 3/4 salary to full-time on all the other comparables would have been comparing apples to oranges. It would have thrown the salary completely out of whack. So he did not include it. He did, however, just put what it would be based on at a part-time position, and that's what those point systems are. That's what that level 9 is it's based off of part-time, that he just left it at what, not a part-time, say part-time, a 3/4 time. That's what it was based off of when he left it the way he did. He did say he can run an analysis if we would like.
I would like.
That would be very helpful.
And he will put together all the comparables in the counties of what it would cost to have one. I did have a discussion with him about the gentleman wanting 80,000, and he said, well, when you look at what it probably will come back as, 80,000 will probably be a bargain for Shiawassee County after you add in, because he factored in and went in through everything and looked at every benefit or every perk or every holiday and everything that the county gets, and said that Shiawassee County has by far more than any other county in the state when it comes to perks outside of maybe your base salary. So he did say him foregoing all that shocks him that he would want to do that, but it may end up being a cost savings for the county. So that's certainly something we'll have brought to the table too to look at, and never hurts to have more information. So thank you, everyone, and we'll move on to agenda
G.
Quickly, Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yeah.
please.
Just something real quick. I've been here before, and we've had studies on people that they wanted to move up to higher scales. And we had one study years ago that recommended not to move it up, and the commissioner decided to move it up anyway. So no matter what, you can have all kinds of studies. I mean, he could say get $100,000 to do it, and 150 or 50,000. It's still up to us commissioners and what we can afford and how much we want to, borrow. So that's what it comes down to. We could have them study forever. So that's my.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Plowman, agenda
G. I move to authorize the Sheriff's Office to hire a corrections officer, POLC correction officer salary grade, $38,014 to $42,717, starting at $38,014 to fill a vacancy.
So, second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion on this motion? Refilling a vacancy. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Horvath,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks,
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Chairman Rowe.
Yes. Motion passes.
I move to appoint David Moons, MD with PhD, as a deputy medical examiner for Shiawassee County effective 03/01/2019.
Support.
Motion support. Any discussion on this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
I move to approve the minutes of January 14th, 2019 Finance Administration Committee meeting.
Second.
Motion and a second. Approve the minutes. Any discussion on the minutes? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion passes.
And I think that's all, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Plum. You know what, I think that is all. Now we'll move on to Public Safety Courts. Health and Human Services also did not meet, but if either Commissioner Webster or Commissioner Garber would like to make any comments.
Nothing more besides what I already shared.
Okay, thank you.
No.
Okay, chairperson, all right, I did provide everybody with a letter from SK&T, which were acting as our accounting professionals for the last year and a half. This is the process review. I don't know why I still have it in draft. We should have a normal copy, but all I could find was the draft. This is kind of something for the new commissioners to look at. I'm sure Commissioner Marks and Commissioner Holzhausen have seen it a number of times now. But basically went through, identified some of our weak spots, identified everything in our financial processes that we could change or that we need to look at or that may be out of date. And we're kind of using this as our plan moving forward with them. These are different things we want to kind of tackle. One, the very first one obviously being systems. That was a big thing. It identifies that Harris was a problem, an outdated software, so we went ahead and moved forward with BS&A countywide with all of our services, not just our tax collection. So that will be, one of the, just basically knocking them off, one step at a time. But just definitely good reading for everybody to kind of see kind of where some of our weaknesses are and where we can certainly look to improve things. So I wanted to share that with everybody. Other than that, I don't really have anything. Kind of a quick month. thank everybody for their time they put in this month, and it looks like we're gonna have a busy couple of months going forward, so, I have nothing else at this time, but just thank everybody for their effort and their time, and this time we'll move to any other agenda items that need to come before the board at this time, if any commissioners have anything.
I just have to say one, thank you for several people. My daughter-in-law passed away yesterday at 5, and so that's where I'm headed.
Very sorry.
Well, it wasn't completely unexpected.
And then we'll move to the second opportunity for the public to address the board if anyone has anything at this time.
I just have one more comment, and all your discussion about the emergency manager, and I understand that he's not taking the Blue Cross and Blue Shield, but that would be opting out of. I just want to remind you all that the payout for that, as for every county employee, is $1,800. And I would expect that that would be the same for him. Okay.
Thank you. Anything else? No one else has anything? At this time, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Yeah. You know,